Yeah,
We
fuck, it's a good
live.
Gmusi, everyone. Very cool. So this week in coins, what's been going on?
Memes have got ultra wrecked.
Bad day to be a meme coin.
Yeah, very bad.
Bad few weeks to be a meme coin.
Round tripped my Popcat, but like aside from that, I sold all my other ones. But yeah, so not good, but not the worst.
Not good, but not the
We're not all
worst.
hurting.
Yeah, it could be worse. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That chart is fucking horrible. I just
Bro,
opened the Popcat chart and I've got lines on it from when I was like, oh, here's where I'll re-enter, and it's just plummeted through my little red line of like buy here. I'm like, oh,
I think
no.
what's so worrisome about like with memes is like when they like used to go down a lot, like they were still doing a lot of volume, but like now it's just like it was like it's like dead, like the volume.
Yep.
In comparison to like when
I'd been trying to like, because I like capitulated Popcat and I felt terrible about it in the moment because it like ripped a lot after, and I was like, oh wow, I just sold the bottom after holding something for like 11 months. I was like, fine, I'll go scrounging around on chain for like low mid caps to try and catch some beta if memes run again. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and pick the next early one. And I was buying shit, and I've been like, I was buying kind of dog shit, but I was looking at volume on stuff today, and like some of the memes that I bought are doing like 26K volume.
That's ridiculous.
And they're like,
that's so bad.
Yeah. And I was like, oh no. Oh no.
The reflexivity on these things is crazy.
Bro, a lot of the other ones I used to like try to like swing trade or momentum trade, like I mean there's like so many of them now because it's so diluted, but like shit like XD and all these other coins, they literally do like 15K volume now. So funny to see, like, but nah, you hit well on that on what's it called, Tom? Like Orbit or something, or Grift?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good as fuck trade.
Yeah. I was pretty scared.
I remember you telling me that when it was at like 15, 20 mil.
Yep.
Yeah,
because I bought some initially on the first run up, and then it nuked, and I was like, I kind of broke my rule of like bidding something that's quote unquote died. Because I was like, oh, it's actually got a product. Like I feel like it's so risky with memes because it's like once they're dead, like unless they gain momentum and there's a lot of mind share on them, it's just like, well, good luck. Like have fun buying the thing that no one's buying. Like that's it. But when something's got like a little bit of tech narrative to it and a team that's actually good, I think this is like the kind of meta where you can like really, really mid curve it a lot more and be like, well, it's got a good product and like, cool. I can rest my thesis on that. And I felt dumb doing it. I was like, fuck, I'm mid curving so hard. And then when it like started ripping, I was like, I'm mid curving so hard. It's happening. But yeah, it's really good. I'm like basically, yeah, like I've done a lot of recovery on like the round trip paper gains shit on AI so far. So I'm like, whew, thank Christ. I was having a couple days where I was like, that might be it for this cycle, boys. And then I was like, absolutely not. Champions adjust. Let's go. All that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So we're back in. Speaking of that, I just bought more Grift. So
is Grift the Griffain, or is that something different?
Orbit.
No, so Griffain's the like the competitor that's actually a shitload bigger. But I would argue that Grift is better in terms of product.
Is that
because it does a shitload more
chains? The helper bot type thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like an AI like assistant platform that uses agents that can actually kind of improvise and do stuff. So this is like full Shilio my bag. So just like full disclosure, everyone, don't go fucking buy this unless you've like looked into it. But like, yeah, from a competitor point of view, if you look at the DeFi category, the DeFi AI stuff,
yeah.
I think there's a lot of shit in there that's just going to fucking disappear. Like, I don't, it's just like, what the fuck is this? I'm not convicted. Like, I'm convicted on a midterm, but like longer term, I don't know how much staying power any of this stuff has, but it's got the momentum at the moment.
Interesting.
I think it can capture a lot more. So Grift to me is still extremely undervalued in my personal opinion. And that's why I'm like, went up to like 110 and it's nuked back down to like 70 now. And I was like, all right, I might buy some more under 70. Because Griffain's at render 500 mil,
300 or something,
and
yeah.
So I think it breached. It was like 450. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It was the one AI thing that I found relatively interesting, but I was late to it, so I was like, I'll potentially buy it. But the hardest part with any of these things is like someone could come out with a better product like very quickly, because like most of it's like really basic level like AI stuff. So it's like the speed that a dev can like spin up something and copy paste like what something that you've already done and then like build on it to build something better is like very quick. So like it's really hard to like pick something and like hold it as if you would like most other coins. So you really like momentum riding more so than anything else, and just hoping that it grabs the attention at the right time, which is challenging.
Yeah, and monitoring it fairly consistently, and like actually looking at competitors that could like wallop it as well. Like you do have to be on like with memes, you're a lot safer and just being like, fuck yeah, this one's got a cult, like, or a community or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But with this shit, with the AI stuff, they just, dude, the candles on these charts are just so awful, man. You're just like, what is going on?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Who buys and sells like this? What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Got people dumping like 80k clips and then someone slamming 120 in, and you're like, Jesus, guys, chill, Christ. But no, it's an interesting matter. I feel like it's definitely the fastest horse at the moment. So
the fastest horse on the way to zero.
Yes.
Preach it.
Is it Jova, Swiss?
Yeah, Swiss.
I don't know. I've started to try and I still think there are going to be setups to take on like Bitcoin and stuff. But yeah, man, like if memes aren't pumping, that's pretty scary. Like what's funner than memes?
AI. No. It was like, not.
I mean, look, I think everyone's saying that memes are over. Like, it's probably a good thing to hear, because it finally means that if no one's really inclined to holding memes, it means like there's probably some opportunity there in the future. Do I look at the whiff chart and think it's going to catch a reversion bounce straight to $5? Probably not. But in saying that, like it could range at like anywhere between like 40 to $1, 40 cents to $1, and then like pump later. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's probably not a good thing that memes are selling off this hard, considering that they were the wealth generating trades to have made earlier in the cycle, because they allowed people to get in and pump. Whereas like AI, it seems to just like things just seem to spawn out of nowhere at like billions of dollars. There's like millions of bones just chilling everywhere, and it's like, I don't understand this. At least when you buy a meme, like you're buying a meme because it's a meme. Like I have to research why something went from $100 million to $1 billion. And if it doesn't make sense to me, it's like very hard for me to just buy it. And I reckon there's a lot of other people in that same boat. Because if you buy a meme at any valuation, the expectation to go higher, there's no difference between you and like anyone else that buys a meme. Like it's the same thesis that everyone kind of holds. Whereas like AI is just kind of a little bit different, where you're like buying it, but then you're trying to like forward project what the valuation of it would be. I guess it's like anything else, but like it just seems a bit harder, I guess. I don't know. Skill issue for me maybe, but yeah. I think memes doing bad probably is not great to see currently.
Surely we could just all see this as like an actual, the meme of the block raise would always post of like short like ETH utility time. That's right, memes again. It's just that being flipped, or is that not like accurate? In
I don't know.
Like I think Arbe went for a pretty good run. Some other utility coins went for a pretty good run. Memes
still
represent like, pardon, say again.
XRP is still running.
Yeah,
XRP is the future of finance.
Yeah.
XRP
Like I
and
heard
Stewie,
it-
boys. Let's pack those bags.
like I heard a pretty good argument the other day, and it came from like my GF of all people. She's like, "What if it's just like people are coming back in to buy XRP because it's the only tangible thing that they like really want to care about or understand?" And same goes for Sui. And I was kind of like, "Nah, that isn't the case." But then when you think about the utility of what XRP promises, it's much more tangible than what AI is. So it's like,
It's just
like,
easier
I
to
get
understand as well.
yeah, it's like, oh, it's going to take over the banking system instead of dollar. It's going to go to like 150,000. It's like, oh yeah, fuck. Maybe like we positioned for like the alt season wrong. But I also think talking about alt season as if it's supposed to happen this Q1, it's pretty evident that it's not. Like it currently feels like 2022 or the start of 2022, if anything. Where people are always like on the timeline posting like, guys, we're 10% off the highs. Like, why are you guys saying that it's over? It's like, bro, have you seen some of these memes? Like, look at Flog. It's like, it's gone from like 80 cents and it's now down at like 17 cents. Like, this shit has like taken a beating in 2 months.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty like standard across the board. But yeah, I guess like this is what it happens. Everyone kind of looks at everything from a high time frame perspective, thinks that everything's over, and then that's when the opportunity is to go full risk on, I guess.
Yeah,
For sure.
I would agree with that. I think I've been watching heaps of podcasts over the last like 5 days just on AI, just to try and get my head around it, because obviously I've been quite vocal on how much I don't like it, and I don't think my mind's changed on it whatsoever. And it has been quite funny to watch, from like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, from like watching those podcasts during when price was pumping, and watching those same people, and then watching most recent ones like from yesterday and the day before, and then them talking about it, but then admitting that, yeah, most of this stuff is shit, but you've got to now, like, you've got to think about what it could be. It's like, bro, like a week ago you were telling me like this shit's amazing and everyone was just fudding it and they're just sidelined, but now you're like, yeah, it is shit, I know it's shit, but now we've got to figure out which ones are the ones that are gonna stay. And I was like, man, like, and it's funny because like we were the same with memes, and it's just like when you're not the person, like when you're sidelined, to put it bluntly, it's quite easy to be sober and see things from like an outside perspective, and having that experience, and I've had it before, but like having that experience now, especially like what we've gone through over the last like 12 months or so, it's really like quite interesting just to observe. And like, I still think there's opportunities to be had, but I think it's like the first batch of coins, we've had like the first mini cycle, and then now you've got to see like which things stick around, after the dust settles a bit, and then which things were just vapor and which things actually potentially have a promise. But the thing that annoys me the most is that, and I posted about it today, it was basically like the last 12 months was the whole financial nihilism cycle, and how we hate VCs and all of that. And then now we're just aping into all of this like VC psyop stuff, which is the AI stuff. And it's just like, we've just gone full circle. Like we just said how much we hated it, and this is why memes are good. And then now we're just basically buying memes, but they're just memes with an AI agent attached, or Infra. And yeah, we're just fucking being extra liquidity for these VCs again. It's really painful.
Yeah.
I
Agreed.
wouldn't be so mad if I actually made money from this. I just want to point that out as well. Like,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, with the AI shit, I would say that agents, like as in buying individual agents, is like so fucking risky, because like IMO, they're just fucking meme coins that talk and don't have the same level of like loyalty from holders. There's just like, oh, this one's popular on Twitter, I'll fucking buy it. Like, why the fuck does AIXBT need a coin? It's fun that it does. We can all bid it and go nuts, but it's like, that's probably one that I think has actual staying power for a bit until people start realizing that it's just literally gassing up everything that it gets that it posts about. It's like, yep, love that project. Awesome. Team's doing great work. It's like, brother, you said this about every single token that you checked. So it's like, yeah. And everyone's like, yes, he's pumping my bags. It's like, well, a friend of many is a friend of none. So I think people will figure that one out soon enough. Same with like all
them, like
yeah.
I mean, I mid curved it obviously because they went so much higher, but like because they have like an actual product attached to them, I just like can't value them. Whereas like memes, I was like comfortable, like just being like a fucking retarded moon boy because like there's no way to value them. So like they could go way higher than you think they would, and like a lot of meme coins did. I mean, some didn't obviously get to the expectations that we wanted them to, but like it was just easier. Whereas these, I struggled like really hard. Maybe I just mid curve it and I should just buy, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not as fun as memes.
No, it's
and
not.
I think the frustrating thing is like the fucking threadors coming out and being like, this is why this one's the future of finance.
That's
and you're like,
why
kill me. I can't handle. Yeah, guy with $23 invested has a thread about why AI is changing the fucking the future of society. I'm just like, all right, fuck it, sell it all. But it's like, Jesus, man. But I think there's some good plays to be had, like over on base, DAOs.world. I like what's going on there in terms of like picking some shit up off the floor. Like, I don't know, like the way that I'm playing it is just buying like stuff that gets sold off real hard that still has a product that I think could be useful. And so when it like rips down 80, 90% in that first week or two, I just look at that and go, fuck it, free money. Like, and that's what I've been doing. And I've had like 2 kind of like really, really decent, solid kind of plays on that so far. And like it's a game of fucking musical chairs. Like it's going to work until it doesn't. And then I'm going to just buy something that just eats to death. And I'll be like, well, but I still think we're in that phase of like, don't get it, fucking dump it. And then in like a couple of weeks, you go, oh shit, damn it. That was that thing that did the thing. Fuck, of course. It's like what I did with AI. It's what I literally did with AI 16Z. Because I was like, oh, cool. Thanks for shilling at Wonel. I will buy that. And then I was like, and sold at a loss.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
And yeah. Oh, and it goes to 2 billion. I would have had $300,000.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I would have had like more than $500,000. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I never would have held it till then. I would have top G'd well before that. But
I would have sold it 300 mil easy. But
brother, 300. I would have made it to 90. All out on a double, boys. Well done.
I did top last at 60. So.
Dude, same. I bought it at like whatever, like literally the second you were like, yeah, bought some, I bought it. And then
AI16Z,
yeah.
And then
we all bought it at the same time.
Yeah.
It
was a 1LDM, and I was like, oh, I don't know, ape first, research later, never researched, sold for a loss, and then it just ripped to 500 mil, and I was like, oh
yeah,
God.
I don't know if I would have held it all the way to what it is now, because remember when like Eliza came out and it just like giga dumped to like 100 mil? I mean, it still would have been higher than what I sold it for, but yeah, like yeah, fucking bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do we do now that the bull market's over?
So true.
Dude, we just gotta get dude, let's just get whitelists.
I need to see chat
and dump
right
it
now.
on the plebs.
I need to see the chat right now.
That's probably losing their fucking mind.
Dude, we just gotta hang out with Bankless more and get some whitelists.
Oh, bro, yeah, exactly.
Dude, that's how we do it.
Do you know what worries me about the Bankless stuff? Is that like I don't know if you recall, but at the peak of the meme season, like we got the pre-sale Addy like season sort of after that, even though Pump Fun existed.
Yep.
And then it just like divulged into being like full PvP. And I don't know, it's just like, yeah, like when you've got fucking Bankless like and people like that doing this shit, it's not a good sign. Yeah. Somewhat Ansem's Chode said, how come the Aussies are bearish?
I'm not.
I'm not bearish.
I think
I'm not
everything's
bearish.
just like I'm not bearish on like some like I fuck I'm so bullish on like hype
Yeah.
BTC. Like I'm just like there's so much dilution in this fuck. Like everyone just wants to extract every fucking last penny out of every pleb. So it's like, well, obviously there's gonna be fucking problems now. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like I'm not playing AI, so like you guys will make more money than me for sure. But yeah, I think AI eventually, like maybe not now, maybe it got long way to go, but eventually they'll have the same problem with memes where like what happened with the Bankless thing, they'll do like pre-sale things or dilution. There'll be too many like agents, and you'll be like, fuck, how do you like have all this? There's not enough liquidity to put in all of them. It was so like easy AI when it was just like goat and like there was like Genon. There was like I remember there was like a week or so where you could have just like bidded the 2 or 3 top ones and you would have made like a 10x or 20x like really quickly. Now, I mean, I'm mid-curving, but now it seems quite difficult.
Sorry, I just seen someone's name in the chat is Protégé's Blues Rag.
What?
And
Oh
he's
my
like,
god. We've got Protégé's mum and then Protégé's. What did you say?
Splooge Rag.
Oh my
It's funny as
What
god.
did they
fuck.
say?
It said, why is Swissy
Protege,
bearish? Why is Wonel bearish?
I'm not
That's funny.
bearish. I'm just like,
bearish
I'm
on
bullish
dogs.
on the space with like 2% of the port.
I'm bullish on like the shit that like isn't dog shit.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
bullish on dog shit for so long, and now I've like
yeah.
pivoted
That
to like
I'm the
dog shit.
same. I'm like,
I'm so
I'm
bullish
like,
on hype.
yeah, same. Like I'm more like in the mindset like I'm trying to find something that I think has got like a longer term play, like something I can buy, hold, and
Yeah, like
like
you can hold for like 6 months or
yeah,
something. You know?
exactly. Like I'm just I came to the realization that this like short term trenches, like trying to catch these runners type thing, it's like it's really great like when you can catch them and then like you get this awesome unrealized P&L, but then that shit like gets toxic for your head. And then like when you're not hitting something like every second day and you're logging into the
Mm.
chat and everyone's like, oh my god, like I fucking hit a 40x, and it's like sick. Like I'm obviously doing something wrong here. And then I don't know, and then eventually you just watch all of that evaporate, and then yeah. So I
Yeah,
feel like
trenches fries the brain, man.
yeah,
Like there was just so much. I feel like there was almost just like so much like social pressure of just like being terminally online,
100%.
and then like you'd have days where you'd like fucking kill it. And you're like, holy shit, I'm the greatest to ever do it. But then like just the days where nothing's happening and everyone in chat's like, oh my god, just made 500 sol on this, and you're like, oh, I suck.
Yeah.
And it's like meanwhile you're up like many multiples, but it's just never enough.
Nah, it's super.
And then you
toxic.
get that like
I agree.
totally unwinding. Like when you do round trip a bit, you're like, oh dear, okay, oops.
I
Yeah,
did like
exactly.
one of those like trades where it's like, oh, you turn like 2 sol into like fucking 200, 300 grand or whatever, and like that, I know I'm probably never gonna hit another one, so I'm just like, I better just like, it's too fucking. Even that was like mentally draining in itself. Like just trying to find like a runner, which took so long, an actual proper runner, and then you see him on the timeline every day, like new dudes that do it, and it's like just not a good like way to just like fry your brain of
Yeah.
like, well, I gotta hit something every day. Like I need to hit a 10x every day. It's like it's just too hard unless you're unless you're in the actual, you're launching the token or you're like a part of the cabal. I'm sorry to say, it's
Yeah.
just too difficult. Even today, I was with PK at lunch, and he was telling me, he's like, there's no chance I'm ever going back on Sol, because he said like I'm part of like the cabal launching the token. He's like, I have like nowhere. I don't know which coins are gonna like go past like 1 million, let alone go past like fucking 50 million. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's gotten
And
scary on
I think
Sol.
Hype are doing it well with like the, because don't you need like $500 to like launch a token?
no, way more than $500. Like it's
Oh,
like
really?
yeah. It's like
Yeah, so that's a bit better.
it's
At
an
least they have a
auction,
chance to like.
and there's only 200 and something
Right.
tokens that come out a year. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, current
So
auction
much better.
price is $602,000 in order to
Yeah.
get a token.
Yeah.
So yeah, the game's very different. Oh my god, I think I just ruined the stream. Give me a second.
What happened?
I had to switch internet.
Oh,
So
no, it's all good.
because my hotel internet was shit.
Keep
Sorry,
forgetting you're
boy.
in Townsville.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully the chat doesn't get too mad.
Nah, we'll be G.
Right.
Be G.
Protege's blue
Protege's-
drag.
Bro, Protégé was so right about memes.
That
Oh,
makes it
yeah.
so much worse.
Mm.
I know, right?
I think he's getting a bit arrogant with like mages and stuff like that, but like I think he was right about me.
Dude, he's like the problem with him is that like you can call things going down for like forever, and
Yeah.
Yep.
Eventually you'll be right.
You
That's
will
it.
eventually be right.
Even
Like,
though
it's just a matter of time.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I can't take anything he takes seriously because he called PopCat 6 cents, and I'm like, well, the only time PopCat's going to 6 cents is that like when BTC bottoms for the cycle, probably. Actually, he'll
next
probably go
week.
lower. Oh, 6 cents is 60 mil. Nah, he might be onto something.
yeah, you might be onto something.
He actually might be onto something. Fuck, bro. If I like literally round trip my average buy on PopCat, I'll probably kill myself. I'll probably try to get out on a low volume hump, and then, but I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it goes back up. Don't
Yeah,
want to say
I
that on
think
stream.
like personally, I think like if you wanted to, like my view on Solana memes is is like probably pretty commonplace. I think it's like a pretty consensus view, but I think you want to wait for the Solana unlocks in March, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of the meme underperformance on Solana is like being somewhat because of the underperformance of Sol itself.
Yeah.
And with the unlocks coming up, I think that you want to sort of get past that headwind because I think most of it's been pre-sold already, like in the last couple of months, from what I heard
Yeah.
on Steady Lads today. So it's like if you want to take a bet on memes, like you want to wait for like Solana to start doing well again, and like if Solana starts doing well again, then sure. But then like you also need to sort of take a position on where you think like we are in the cycle and Bitcoin and everything else.
I think there's a lot of issues just like on Solana chain, just because like you've got like what you said is so like true. So you're like, oh, you better wait for them. But then you're like, well, are they even going to bid memes, or are they going to bid AI, or is there going to be like something completely new that is like a meta? You know what I mean? So it's like, but then I saw a take the other week that was like, memes only went up for like the last 12 months because we literally had nothing to buy, and I'm like, well, that has somewhat truth to it, even though like I don't really like buying the AI coins itself. Some of them are still pretty fair launch, like Zerebra, I remember saw it at 300k, so it's like they're still relatively fair, some of them. Now they're getting more extractive to a point where like you can't really bid them because like insiders, but like at the start they were like sort of like goat and all that, they're all on pump fun, so it's like but yeah, before, like now it's starting to feel like, you know, with the pre-sales and all that, it's starting to get like you don't have an edge anymore. You had an edge like a month or two ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Gotta find
still
the
am
right
like
ones.
pretty bullish Sol. Hey,
Are
heading
you?
into 2025. Yeah. Like that's
I mean,
my
it's
like
still the main casino. Like, if something's going to compete with it, it needs to be as fast and as cheap and as like easy to use, I
Yeah.
guess. So
Well,
I still
I
think
spoke to
Sol
like
is like the best, like from a chain perspective, it's the second best. Like I don't give a shit about what people think about Ethereum. Like I think Ethereum's like great in the sense that it did so much, but I think like if you look at activity and everything now, like it's still on Solana. Like they have
yeah,
done a great job of making a really good chain for people to use. And I think like that in itself like warrants some sort of valuation, but like it already has a great valuation. And I think like there's a time and place, but I think like the unlock thing is like a huge like headwind for it, and I think you just need to like rip that band-aid off, and then I think that would
should be all right.
make investors more comfortable. And when I say investors, I mean people like that actually have size. I think,
I buy
and
it, so
yeah. So I think like there's nothing wrong with Solana itself. It's just Solana the token. Like, how much do you want to buy something that potentially can rug you in a few months?
I just realized.
Bullish unlock season.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
Seriously.
Just a casual just a casual 2 billion in unlocks. But I do think that it's not like, I don't know, like I held a similar opinion with like FTX estate stuff. Like again, it will be right at some point, but I just think that like Sol heading into 2025, I spoke to a couple, like I've been chatting with AI teams and like what, like why they launch their tokens, how they launch their tokens, what, like all that kind of shit. And all of them that I spoke to, especially in like the DeFi category, fuck, I hate that name. Surely we could have come up with a better name than DeFi AI or whatever. It's so shit to say. I kept on like bungling it in interviews. I was like, yeah. So the DeFi. And then I was like, okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I spoke with a couple of teams in that category. And they were like, oh yeah, like we had like a fucking table full of devs chatting about whether to do like launch on base, launch on mainnet, like on a string of other L2s, and like a lot of them came back to Sol because they were like, bro, fast, cheap, easy to fucking use. Like deployment's gotten way better. And just like there's more crack devs on Sol now, I feel. And like I just think there's going to be a lot more utility on the chain in terms of protocols and stuff coming in 2025. Like pump.fun, you can have a look at that and think whether it's good or bad. Fuck me if there's a pump.fun airdrop. Oh, I've got a wallet that has done so much stuff on that fucking app that I'm like, please be good. Please be good.
Did you do it through the app though, Tom? Did you listen to the Jelly Smith Rave podcast?
Yeah, you got to do it through the app. Yeah,
like selling, like and buying and selling through the app.
Not using a bot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a lot.
I mean, I've
buying
done
and
probably
selling through the app.
I think. Oh, maybe
That's
actually
good.
no more. I reckon I've done more on the app than bot. But like, yeah, I've probably done half.
Well, I did a lot through, like I've done shit that went like massive. I would use Bird Eye to like the Jupiter plugin to Bird Eye. Once like something had gained full momentum, I'd like sit and watch that and use that just because of like trying to use actual pump.fun, the actual trading bit when it's like spiking around is savage. But yeah, no, like did a bit of vol on pump.fun, so that would be nice. But yeah, no, I think David Sachs coming in. I just think we're about to get a pro crypto administration, and it's like I don't think that's priced in properly yet. I'm just like, if we've really topped before we give gamblers the keys to the White House for 4 years, like consider me fucking fooled. Hey, like, and I'll ride a bunch of stuff to zero.
PSYOPs, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Well, it could be, but I just don't. I really doubt it. Like, I would just be stunned if that's like, yep, that's it, and we just bleed out.
I think it's just still the
clearly
same.
Depends on equities and all that shit as well. Like Trump could just introduce tariffs, and the entire world economy goes like, shit.
It's still the same cycle. Like it's a Bitcoin cycle, but then there's like heaps of different alt narratives that come up every 3 months. It's like we had memes, AI now, and then like I don't know, there might be something new. I might go back to memes. I don't fucking know, but yeah, like they're probably just predominantly still Bitcoin related. I'm hoping hype eco is a good narrative in the next 2-3 months. I think the team's doing pretty well. They're all rich, so I don't think they have anything to like grift in terms of like.
I like the founder a lot.
Yeah, the founder seems pretty based. And they just need to make it as. I mean, the UX is already good. Just need to make it more like easily accessible.
Yeah, once EVM goes live. Dude, I just bridged there before from Solana using D-Bridge. It was super easy. So
it's
like
fucking easy. It's just like the thought. I think it's the thought of bridging to people that have never like really done it before. Just like scares the fuck out of them. But then I guess the same thing can be said about like people that were like, well, you need to download Phantom, and then you got to send this old Phantom. It's like, so it's pretty similar. I think. I think it just takes time to do all these things. But yeah, I'm bullish on hype, bullish Bitcoin. I don't think I could ever be like bearish on Bitcoin long term anymore.
No.
Ever. I mean, yeah.
Ever, yeah.
They like fix them supply, but they will never do that. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't. I feel like I'm just like sick of holding dog shit, and I want to just hold something because I've held dog shit for the whole cycle, and like it's. Don't get me wrong, it's been fucking a great ride holding dog shit, but I'm
It's
at
been
the
great
point,
dog shit.
yeah, I'm at the point where there's so much diluted dog shit to a point where like I'm like, fuck, there's just too much of it now. At the start, like when we were all buying like Whiff and Popcat and stuff, there was such a small amount of like meme tokens that were like funny and good at the time, but now it's like every single new TikTok trend is a meme, and every single like event that happens in the day is a meme, and it's just fucking so extractive. But yeah, no, bullish hype.
I think Block Gray's selling Whiff was pretty much like a nice line in the sand of just like, okay, people are like, cool, you know what, fuck it, yeah, like, all right, guys, like just the fact that it's like, oh, I no longer care is just like a
everyone's burnt
okay.
out on
That's
just like the a lot of people just burnt out. I think, especially if you've held a coin for like over a year, been through like lots of retracements. It's like it's kind
the
of like
volatility is a lot to take.
it's tiresome. Like I'm pretty good at like fucking bag holding like 70% drops and stuff like that. But like once you've done it for like a year plus, it's like it's the same token as well. It's like, like it's very tiresome. But yeah, I don't really know. Like it's kind of funny seeing XRP like doing more volume on perps and like trading than like Ethereum some days. So I'm wondering like would it be funny if XRP actually flips ETH?
oh dude.
That would be
the funniest thing. That would be like
I don't think it will happen, but like that would be fucking hilarious.
It's just a 3x from here. You good?
It's like a 2.5, I think. Yeah, something like that. Not even.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh yeah, 2.5, I think. But like,
yep.
I don't think it'll happen. But I think it'll get a bit closer. I'm not gonna buy either token though. I'm just chilling in hype and maybe some Bitcoin stables for now.
The thing is with Dino coins is it's like there's that mentality of like, oh yeah, they probably rip just because of like residual value to retail and like residual mind share, but it's just like I can't bring myself to own them because I'm like, fuck man, if I lose
money on it, yeah, that's my
if I lost money on Cardano or AVAX or XRP and I got like I get sold into by retail,
that's so
it would just make me sad.
Yeah, I think it's like the same mindset of like what my mindset is like completely different to retail, where like they have the mindset of like when they put money into something, they like need a purpose to put money into it. Like it has to like have some sort of like it needs to do something. Like XRP has like this narrative of like it's gonna replace it. Whereas me, like I'm happy to just like dump money into shit that's funny. But like most people don't think like that. You know what I mean? Like majority of the population actually like.
That's why AI is so popular.
Yeah, like it actually like even though it's like the dumbest, like smallest bit of basic utility that doesn't need a token, like it actually has something that can be said like instead of just saying like the dog has like a hat or like it's something like it, you know what I mean? Like so that's what most people think, and I fucking mid-curve that part of the me thinking like, oh my god, retail are gonna. The funniest part was like when the retail traders actually hit the Solana trenches, they literally made their own tokens. I didn't buy out back.
Brotato number one fan says, Sticks, what you're saying is literally why AI is pumping.
Yeah. Who said that? Brotato number one fan.
Yeah, I think it's
number one fan.
Oh, yeah. Bala has always been a utility Chad, so gotta respect. He's always even when memes are pumping, bro. He was always on those ETH Cabal utility coins. I remember those. Yeah,
he was on the AI trade super early.
Yeah, he was switched on.
With the retail thing, like there was a lot of like normie retail activity in March when Whiff was like at $4, like the first time. Like I had friends that were like messaging me being like, I launched a coin on Base, and I was like, what the fuck? Like people that like had no business being in crypto, and yeah, like I think there was a lot more like retail activity. It was just quieter. and it wasn't just like, everyone buying it like in the back of a taxi like 2021, but like, yeah, I think there were a lot of people in the market just kind of like not, I don't know, yapping about it and not making like insane sums of money. So it never like really popped off. That's just my own Retardio thesis anyway.
Also, I just wanted to quickly interject. I apologize for the stream because my OBS is frozen, so it's still streaming, but the Twitch chat won't be updating. So everything that everyone's saying in the Twitch chat will not appear on the recording, unfortunately. And so unless I decide to like quit the stream right now and then reload it, it's going to be like this. So apologies if you are watching the recording.
All is forgiven, Wonel. I'm watching the recording. It's all right.
Yeah, I should have started it. I should have started it with my internet on my phone, not the fucking hotel Wi-Fi. That was rookie.
The Townsville hotel Wi-Fi. Hell yeah.
No, I spoke to PK today, and he was telling me about he literally like tries to look for like arbitrage or exploit opportunities on like brand new chains, and I think that's why he got how he made all that money from that casino.
Yeah, he did like a cool article on it the other day. It was really good.
Really good. I was speaking to him about it today. Yeah, and yeah, he literally just says like he will just fucking go around on chain trying to just find any sort of inefficiency exploit or something. And this is PK79.hl. No, PK79Z on Twitter. That's his handle. But yeah, really cool guy. Didn't know he was a Melburnian. So yeah.
I saw a really cool tweet the other day. I think it was from the old CMS intern, and he said that when he first started working for CMS, he saw this like price discrepancy between like one protocol and another one, and he was like, wait, like why can you buy this here for this price but sell it here for this price? Like this doesn't seem right. And because like surely the market would fix that. And then I think CMS, like the lead, himself said to him, he's like exactly, we are the market. Like that's what we do.
Yeah.
And then he was like, in that one line, he was like, wow, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
The Ponzi says, "We'll tell my kids this is the up only pod."
Yeah, please. Yeah, we need the traction, guys. We're trying to get engagement up on all platforms. We're gonna stream on
Abstract.
Abstract, yes, the new chain.
Coming out this month.
In a month, yeah. So we'll do a bunch of streams on there in the first few weeks, I think.
Hopefully with much better internet, not potato internet.
I'm tempted to port some stables over from like my like AI profits and potentially buy some pudgy penguins.
For the abstract airdrop.
To rebuy, but might be probably too late. But
no, I actually think I was having a look today because like prior to the nuke, like the market was like pricing these things a bit higher. And I think I was trying to work out because like obviously the airdrop got priced in pretty accurately, like prior to the previous airdrop. And like conditions were like somewhat poor, but they weren't really bad. But then like obviously at the time of like TGE, like they pumped quite significantly. But then like the other day, like they had like a mini pump back up, and then like I was like, oh yeah, here we go again. But then like with the market wide nuke, like things started dropping off. So there may be a mispricing in like the airdrop value, but relative to the NFT value. But it is it's a hard game, as you saw with the last one. Like you can either play it to like, get access to the airdrop, and then hopefully you sell the NFT in time, or not.
I think the one thing that I did with this is like I underestimated what abstract was going to be. And I was kind of just like, I don't want to hold for another fucking L2. And then I'm looking at what Luke has been putting out about it, and I'm like, God, Jesus, that actually looks like it could be something. I know it's his job to fucking hype it. Like I'm not just being like, oh really my gosh, wow,
it's really good.
Wow, it could revolutionize the world as we know it. But Yeah, I am a bit more like, oh, okay. Looks like it's not just it, at least from the outset looks like not just like another kind of like pointless L2 of like, and we'll do apps on it, and you're like, fuck, okay, like great, more what?
For real.
Yeah, sorry, you go.
No, you guys
No,
first.
you're good.
Keen for your thoughts.
I was just going to say, yeah, there was a post that I saw that said there was 100 apps ready to be rolled out on Abstract. And I was like, I mean, like out of all the chains that are currently available that have like so many quote unquote smart people that have built out functionality, it's like they've looked at Ethereum, said nope. Looked at AVAX, said nope. Looked at Solana, said nope. Looked at Ethereum's 1200 L2, said nope. But then Abstract, that's the one. That's where we're launching, boys. Like that's where our app will be the best because of the tech. It's like, yeah, you're not really like kind of fooling anyone with that, but I might have it wrong. Mid-curving it.
Dime roll-ups are coming. Wow.
Dime roll-ups. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're like approaching. I'm pretty sure we're approaching the anniversary of like the tier staking and dimension staking.
Dude, that's been a year.
That was my first good airdrop ever. Like that was my first good airdrop ever, and I was just like gobs. Now I was like, bro, like that GCR tweet of like, if you're like don't have much capital, like you should be farming airdrops. It can literally change your life. I was like, yep, this felt real. Like when I got an airdrop, I'm like, this is really good.
It's quite funny because like you know the whole airdrop thing, like the tier airdrop meta, like kind of killed people from like trying to farm airdrops, and then Hyperliquid was around all year. And everyone faded it except for like a select few people. Ever. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I'm like so annoyed at myself for like.
I'm so annoyed at myself as well.
Yeah, and I like everyone was like shilling like the points program and everything, and I was just thinking like, this is so stupid. This is going to end so poorly for all these people. And like, nope. Like the I'm pretty sure the lowest airdrop that people got from it was like $75,000.
Yeah, it's fucked. Well, as I said, yeah, like I know dudes that got like 100K tokens as an airdrop. Like even if a lot of them sold early, like $5-6, but like bro, like
it doesn't matter. You get 100,000 tokens,
like $500,000 USD just to like jump, like just to trade on the platform instead of fucking trading on Bybit. Like, fuck me, man.
Yeah,
like that's grouse.
What did you guys? Speaking of tier. Have you guys been seeing all the Chris Beninsky's posts like the last week or so?
God. As a previous tier bull, I enjoy giving him constructive criticism. Stuff like, yeah, what have you bought on the open market, and what is your average buy price, bro?
Yeah, it's a bit. Well, don't worry, boys.
Someone said to him the other day on one of his posts was like, "Did you buy on the open market?" Like. If you didn't buy on the open market, like your opinions are irrelevant. And he's like, I did buy on the open market, and I also like participated in the seed round. But he said I bought in the open market, and then some dude wrote, "Dox your wallet right now." Oh, this is bullshit. No, he said I bought on the open market and haven't sold a single staking, like any staking yield. Then the dude's like, "Dox your wallet right now."
If that guy hasn't sold any staking yield, like
he's such a nice laughing.
I'm like, I'm so sorry, but
he
like,
would
there's
dox
no
his wallet
way.
if he hasn't. Yeah, he would dox it.
If you had like 1 million fucking tier tokens and you built up like that much staking yield,
yeah, bro, he would have doxed his wallet. How long until those dudes can like get their unlocks? I don't even know.
It's probably another 12 months or so, I think.
Yeah.
But I keep saying my internet's terrible with the stream, apparently.
Oh no.
I don't know if he's just whinging though. He's a whinger.
He's used to like
he's whinging. Brotato #1 fan. More like Brotato #2 fan. It's fine.
Man, I'm missing Protégé's mom tonight. I wish he was in the stream.
Wish he was in the stream.
We did get the splooge rag.
Yeah,
we summoned him.
He's still here.
Bro, Protégé's actually getting he's getting some good
glazed,
engagement, getting a lot of followers. Yeah, he's his ego is just lifting. So he loves the engagement as well. I can just tell. He loves it. Yeah. Well,
it's
good
been a
luck to him.
very like difficult, I think, couple of weeks for people because like and like and for everyone really, but like Bitcoin's just been a little bitch, and but like it's
Everyone
quite
else
funny.
has moved
It
hard,
like
though.
I say that, but like it's barely moved. Like realistically, it's
I
barely
think it's
moved.
because CT is being pissed off because all their bags are down bad and no one has actual holding. Like no one's holding Bitcoin. Like unless you're
it's
holding like Bitcoin or like SPX 6900 or maybe like one of the AI agents, like your bags are like fucked.
yeah.
Yeah, well, there was that fucking meme of like,
Maybe, yeah.
of like Oppenheimer looking like totally like skitzed out, and it was like when you get a message from your family of like, oh, BTC's doing well, but you're down like
Your
four
bags,
salaries on
you didn't even
Solana
know
memes.
this.
It's just like, yep, that's accurate.
I saw a good post the other day. It was like CT natives who literally make 5 million out of thin air and like nukes back to 2 million and cry. I'm like, I
Legit.
feel like a lot of people like actually were so early to a point where they're just crying because like they're up still like fucking so much, but like because their peak net worth, it's not good.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it's
unrealized
like
P&L is like toxic to
Toxic,
your like
yeah.
dude, like I've legit beat my goals that I had for the cycle, and I was
Same,
like
yeah.
totally like just in shambles after like round tripping some meme shit. And it took me a
Yeah.
while to come back to this idea of like, holy shit, I'm like so like I've actually objectively done so well relative to what I wanted from the beginning.
Yeah.
And like I just have to go back to that mindset of like, you're fine, you're still like really like you've done quite well, but it's just that it's so hard to like unglue yourself from like paper gains that you're like, oh, but it could have been this much. I feel like
Brotato
just a
number
week or
one fan said, "Yeah, the reason I think it is over is because BTC is done."
Why would you
Yep.
say that?
BTC's done. That's it, man.
Like,
It's
why
over.
would you say that?
Back it up.
Bro, if BTC is done, how is my 28th derivative gonna fucking go up?
It would be nice if we could kind of, you know, have a lot of money to go for all of the time in the markets.
I think my problem is I overtrade a lot, and so like right now I'm just trying to like chill, sit in hype, sit in stables, and just like not do anything. And like, cause I have a problem where like, cause I'm on every day, I'm like, I feel like I have to do something.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst thing I could do. So I'm just gonna chill, be a good boy.
Chill.
Yeah.
Are we?
I'll
Is
try.
there anything that's like exciting or like do you think's being like undervalued right now?
I hope
AI. No.
Get the fuck out of here, Tom.
Everyone literally, it's just
Tom's
me
gonna
in
be
the group
right as
chat.
well. That's the funniest
It's like
part.
me in the group chat just talking to myself, like, put more of this. And it's just like nothing. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm
$1 million
sorry.
on fucking Grift or whatever the coin is. But yeah,
Are you reading the? Tom
wait,
is
what are they
annoying.
saying? I'm not looking. What are they saying?
It's like I like
I need
Swiss
to
the
read that.
best. Tom is annoying. Wonel is cool too, and so is Sticks.
Man, Protege Splooge Drag has it out for me. Damn it.
That's why I think it is Protege.
No, Predator hates me.
No, I was like, no,
I think
Protege.
Protege hates all of us, to be fair. At this point. Yeah.
I've like never interacted with him, to be honest. Like, I think he's alright.
So I've interacted too much with him.
But I was looking at Celestia unlocks. It's all linear shit for like 3 years. Like it's just like gradual fucking like Series A and B is just this like the cliff is 1 year. It's been that happened in October, and now it's just like a linear unlock for like the next like year, like 3/4 of a year kind of thing. So yeah,
I don't never like all those coins. Like I have PTSD on hype, but like because hype actually makes a lot of money, feel a bit more safe in it. But like it's just funny seeing like the token like Celestia, and you just like know it's never ever gonna go back to like what was it, like $20. So It's like,
Yeah.
I'm just praying my bags don't do that.
I literally remember like this time last year, I caught up with a mate. We had coffee. He had like not a shitload of chain link, but like he's like pretty normy. I think he had like a few grand in chain link and was like, oh yeah. And I was like, bro, you could have bought like chain link. Yeah, all right, man. Whatever. I'm in tier. Like it's the new thing. It's like data availability. And he's like, oh, cool. And like it was at like $5-6, so higher than now. I like went up to $20 and he was like, oh damn shit. T was actually such a good call. And then like, yeah, a couple of months ago, he sends me a message being like, oh, like is T still a thing? Like what's happening with T? Like he hadn't even, and I was just like, dude, shut up, man.
We're waiting on
such
milk.
I was like,
We're
shut
waiting
up,
on
dude.
milk. Shut up, bro. We're waiting on milk.
Oh
Waiting on
no,
that
it's
$20
bad
milk tea.
that I'm actually waiting for my milk tier. I do check that
I don't
from
have
time
any
to time.
tier staked on that, but like, cause I got points, I'm like, hopefully I can get like $200.
Bro,
Go for a date
I'm
night with my
like top
girlfriend.
1,000 on milk tier points. I'm
Same,
hoping to
bro.
God that I
Same.
get something. Oh,
Same, bro. I'm
I'll
like,
be so
fuck,
happy. Bro,
please.
that'll be so sick if like tier like pumps like really hard over the next like few months, and like CT was so wrong and like Chris Beninsky is right, and then milk tier like drops an airdrop and then like I get rich. I'll be so happy.
Bro,
It'll be a nice world to live in.
Yeah. Like none of that's gonna happen, but still, you know, a man's got a dream.
so true, bro.
Okay, Brotato number one fan says he has a question for you, TM.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
What's the question? What are my bags?
yeah, what are
What are my
your
bags at the moment?
favorite AI coins?
I got a lot of Grift.
Hey, Tom, he hit good multiples on Grift.
I still have a lot of Grift. Just rebought. I got agency as like my little agent play that I think is actually like decent. I've like sized into that pretty heavy. Like I think the main risk with it is that it's too bot-like and it's not like enough of an AI agent to do stuff. But I think the thing that is good with agency is like team is like deploying more agency is dog shit. All right, cool. We'll see. So I've like sized in decent to that one. I got some Genon as well. Lol.
I remember that comment.
Yeah, I bought some of that. I've got Moss as well as like total just like random infra play.
Oh, yeah.
But like it's a pretty piddly amount. Like I got a tiny bit of Xeno as well. I'm fucking down horrendous on that. And I'm just kind of like, well, I'll bag hold it because I'm almost too scared to sell AI shit at this point because so much dog shit has just these like weird, just like God candles out of nowhere. And I'm kind of just like, all right. So I got, yeah, that's pretty much like it on the soul side. I do think that like agency, to my eyes anyway, like again, like all the sizing that I have in everything outside of Grift is shit that I'm happy to like literally ride to zero. Yeah, don't worry. All my bags will God candle. It's fine.
The green dildo.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on base, I've got AI Chris strategy, like pretty solid stack of that. And then I got F Dream as well. I just think buying shit off DAOs.world right now is pretty EV positive. Like it's the base equivalent of DAOs.fun. Something there will move. So I'm just kind of like getting broad exposure and going in heavier on the stuff that I really like.
Do you use cookie.fun at all?
I actually don't. I've only seen that recently.
I've been using it. Like,
shit.
obviously, I don't own any AI shit, but I've just been using it just to observe and then like see if I can pick out anything that like catches my interest somewhat. But like the way I've been trying to approach the AI thing, because I feel like I want to buy at some point, because I definitely see the narrative and I see the potential that it could bring, but I feel like I want to buy something that I legitimately think solves a problem. So I'm like trying to like knowing what I know about AI and like how because I use it quite a lot. So I'm trying to like think about, all right, if I've got if AI is going to intersect with crypto, what does that look like in a way that actually makes sense to me? That's why I kind of like Griffain, just because like the helper bot thing made sense, because like you can be like, hey, I want to bridge from this chain to this chain. Then want to deposit into a liquidity pool, blah blah blah, and like you could just type out what you wanted to do, and then it goes and does it for you. Like that makes sense, especially like I wanted to bridge from Solana to Hyperliquid. I didn't know which bridge worked or anything. It'd be really cool if I could just like say, hey, this is what I want to do, blah 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 blah, and then it just goes and does it for me. But then I thought to myself, what kind of user would want to use that? Because like I think about stuff like Infinex, for example, and like they're creating the front end application to make it easier for the user to not have to worry about any of that stuff. So like they've been talking about Switch recently, which is the swap/bridge thing that they've got. So like if you've got ETH and you want to swap to a meme coin on Solana, like you can just do it in one click. So then I thought, well,
Switch.
yeah, so like I think those applications sort of are like a natural competitor to like a helper bot in a sense. But then I also saw like Griffain also has stuff like if you can get the bot to observe new launches on pump.fun and look for anything that mentions a particular phrase or like something, and then you can get it to buy a certain amount of every coin that sort of mentions a particular phrase until your wallet runs out, sort of thing. So like you can get it to do stuff for you based on an idea that you've got, and I think that's good. And so I think like there's use cases in that. So something like that makes sense. But I've been trying to think about like how else could this AI stuff make sense with crypto outside of this like slot bot account stuff, which I just don't think is that useful. But I think stuff like helper bots and things that you can do some sort of unique strategy based off of like ideas that you've got without having to know how to program and like write code, I think is pretty useful. But then like the competitor to that's always people building apps that do that for you in the front end. So it's like you either have people develop these apps, which is difficult in itself, but hence why like the AI agent could do something that's like not been built yet and be able to execute it for you, especially if you've got like a unique idea. So like I like that. I just don't know if like the ones that are available now are the best ones, and I want to see like the dust settle a little bit and then see which ones sort of like retain themselves a bit and then be a bit late early, buy something that's higher value, and then if the market does seem like it's returning with the majors and everything else, then like buy one of those things.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the thing is with the Griffain thing, and like why I liked Grift and why I bought it like when it was lower, was that like it's got a lot.
I have to bounce.
Yo, catch your stick. Goodbye.
Sticks.
I'll see you boys.
Enjoy the gobbies. Bye.
See ya.
Oh, speaking of gobby, that fucking coin died, man. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to pick this up off the floor. And the floor just went way lower. And I was like, oh, well, there goes gobby.
Gobby was Katana for the people that didn't get Katana.
Legit, dude. But yeah, the thing is with Griffain Orbit is that Orbit has like support for a lot more chains than Griffain. So if you're going to like look at usability wider, I think that like it has, I don't think that the UX is like quite up to scratch in terms of like helping, but it's that bet on like what it could be.
But then yeah, what happens if like Griffain like suddenly supports more chains?
Yeah, exactly. And it's getting absolutely shielded by Solana Foundation. So that's why I think like Orbit right now is a decent like catch up, like revaluation,
like relative value,
relative valuation trade. And that's why I'm just kind of riding it, monitoring it. And the second I start to see that like either like the opposite way, I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, nice.
But I'm still like really bullish on it, like midterm. Like I reckon like another month or two is like where I'm kind of like, whoo.
What do you guys think of Fartcoin?
Ooh. Indeed. Hot air rises, maybe. Ooh.
What is
spicy take? Ooh.
Do you think we're in the fart accumulation phase, the FAP phase.
I just don't want to be holding a coin that
sounds
Taki
horrible.
throws dildos around for. I don't know if I can make it any simpler than that. Or one that Bob Lax holds, for that matter. Like, why am I not holding the fucking same coin as these people?
True.
Legitimate.
Dip Wheeler
That is
has
my
like millions of
biggest-
tokens. It's like he's gonna full stack Hitler the living Christ out of that at some point.
Yeah.
That's
I do
like
think-
literally my issue as well.
God, that chart looks rough. Oh God, I just looked at Farcoin. Phew. Someone needs to feed that shit some beans. Damn. I just worry about like just like how quick attention moves and how quickly shit becomes unfunny now.
Yeah.
Like there was a time on the interwebs where it was like a joke would last a really long time and it's like, that's hilarious. And like for quite a while, like my little brother was showing me like Reddit posts and being like, dude, this like Farcoin thing. And I was like, what? Fuck, damn. It's made it like this far out? Okay. And that was at like that initial pump up to like 400 mil. And I was like, damn, okay. Like I should probably buy some.
It literally went through like the media cycle as well. Like didn't it go on like a few of those like nighttime television? Like all of the things that
Jimmy
like
Kimmel, yeah.
Like it's done. It's like ticked all of those boxes already. And like everyone says like I've seen like Gammy Chan, I've seen Taiki, like they all keep talking about like how it's going to be the most reflexive thing, like when market go up, sort of returns. And I'm just like I get it in a sense, but like it just feels like super lame. I don't know if that's like the best way to put it, but it's just like the fart jokes. It's not that funny, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worry that it'll get old quickly. Like I had a pretty good chuckle to him, and I was like, "Fuck it, this is the kind of normie humor." I feel like someone, it might have been even like a Dip Wheeler bull post, but it was like, "Farcoin is like the kind of like archetypal like meme coin for crypto. Like it's tried to be done a few times, but now we've finally done it. It's funny because it's fart coin. Like it's got a decent ring to it, but I would not be holding it with the expectation that it goes to 10 billion.
Yeah.
Like everyone's kind of like, it's the next one that does the Doge. And I'm like, I don't know. Like just the fact that all the other memes are this dead, I'm like, I don't know if there's enough like confluence and like energy for memes. Like if this had come out at the start of like midway or even like when Whiff did and like Farcoin was launched on Pump Fund or something at like, well, would have been launched on Pump Fund, but like it came out at that time and it had this much momentum back then. Fuck yeah. Like I would be turbo bull. I'd be like, yep, this is the greatest asset known to mankind. Let's go. But now in these conditions, I'm a bit more like, don't know. Like I don't feel comfortable full porting memes anymore at all.
Yeah. What do you think, Swiss?
That's fair, man. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think I don't really know what makes it AI in the grand scheme of things. And if it's a meme, it's like, sure, but like that's just late to the trend of when memes were like fun to ape, I guess. Yeah, man. I don't really know. I don't really have anything. Like, I don't see that as like a steal. You know what I mean? When all you know is froth, it's like, I don't see it as like, oh yeah, I'm going to be real smart and, counter trade everyone by buying the top of Farcoin. Like, it doesn't really appeal to me.
Can you imagine, like, you get, like, if this was the top and, like, you bought this with that thesis, like, seeing everything that's happened and someone said to you, like, let's say it's 2-3 years from now and, like, we're doing a Poad and, we're talking about lessons from last cycle and we talk about how, I lost a lot of money, like, I round-tripped everything on Fartcoin. Like, it just... like, I couldn't think of anything worse. Like, when I talk about like my last cycle and what I round tripped was like DeFi Kingdoms, but it was like, there's a bit of a story with that. It was a game, it was this, and it's like, oh yeah, there was a token called Jewel. It's like, no, I bought Fartcoin. It's just like, of all
it is
things.
pretty funny. I still think the fact that we're chuckling about it, that's like, it's my mid curve take of like, I think it's I think it resonates with normie humor enough that it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say I'm like even
gotta,
Steven on it, but just with current conditions, I'm like, nah, sorry, I can't own it.
If you look at how like WIF came to be, like back then investing in Solana was like, you know, not was contrarian. Buying anything in the Solana eco was contrarian, and then buying a meme called Dog with Hat was like even more so contrarian, that like the devs sold. To the point where it just became like a community coin, and then it went to like billions of dollars. Like
it kind of started the CTO stuff, right? Like
yeah,
SPX 6900 really did, but like the on Solana, like the whole CTO stuff really came about from like WIF.
yeah.
Like that's the point in time that like I remember.
So like the market's like so saturated. So like the idea that Fartcoin is gonna try and like beat all the other memes that has been shoved down everyone's throats of like 2024 is like a little bit harder to conceptualize. But it doesn't mean that it won't perform well. It's just like I just CBF buying it. Is literally my like assessment of it. Like I don't think it's like under the radar. No one's coming up to me being like, oh yeah, like I don't necessarily think that memes are the play right now. Like you know, like, I think pivoting somewhere else is probably the go. But like I don't know. I'm kind of at that stage where like I'm happy to be patient in things that I kind of believe in, or if not, try and bottom tick like an asset class like memes when the time is right. Because I do think that dumb shit is like quite reflexive, but there's a lot more emphasis on timing. You can't really be like top blasting shit in the wrong conditions.
That makes sense.
It would feel like I'm top blasting memes right now. Like if I was to just bid the fuck out of it, I'd be like, oh well, and it was to go down, I'd be like, well, duh.
Yeah.
Like there's way less like theoretical upside to it that I can imagine. I'm just like, well, shit. Like most on-chain memes are really struggling, or not even memes, but like even the big coins that come out that easily would have cracked like 200-300 mil even a few months ago. Like I think that the top on a lot of these like super high attention short-term plays has been basically 70 mil.
Yeah.
Like not much has gone above 70 in quite a while. In terms of like shit that CT is like fascinated with, like the mirror coin from that scammer Blade guy, 70. The Luigi Mangione coin, 70. There's a bunch of them that just like capped out like sub 100 and just from there. And I'm like, yeah, that's not great. Like nothing can be pushed above 100 it's not ideal to be degenning.
Yeah.
Especially if you're slamming shit at like 40 mil and being like, hell yeah. And then it's like, and done.
That was the other thing. Like I found that the AI stuff's been quite analogous to the meme stuff. Like the first batch of the AI coins, like the big successful ones, like went to over 1 billion. Like and you could see that with memes. Like you had Whiff, you had Bone, you had like these major runners that did that.
Yep.
And then after that, like 300 mil was kind of like the peak. And then like after 300 mil it became like sub 100 mil, like 70, 80 mil. And then it became like 50, 30, and then like went to fucking zero. So it's like,
just PvPing the Christ out of each other for 10 million memes. We're like, whoa.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's above 10 mil. Hell yeah. And you're like, fuck, this is bad. This is not
exactly.
good. Yeah. So it's the euthanasia roller coaster for memes.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see what happens, like what kind of stuff could bring that speculation back in. It'd be cool if Donnie Trump came out and just said, like, yeah, I've been playing around on Pump Fun. It's pretty good. Might be the best. I love Pump Fun. Like, I'd be, fuck it. Yeah, we're back on.
No one does it better than the...
No one does.
Swiss was just like, all right, cool. Giving up on that one. No one does it better than Pump Fun.
A lot of great tech.
The best tech. The best
tech.
Oh, well, so fast. My money goes. One minute it's red. The next minute, wow, 14 green candles. Wow.
Incredible. Baron's killing it.
And he's
I'm
doing
moving my
amazing
hands side to
things
side.
with Arbe. He's doing amazing things.
The best
with
things.
The Arbe. The best things. The only things.
And a lot of
on
people
Arbe.
tell me it's the greatest. It's the best. Everyone says it. Everyone I know says it. But I do think that like Trump randomness
You better
factor.
clip that.
Yeah. Jesus. I do think that Trump randomness factor is just something that like, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what he says about crypto shit as he's just riffing. Like, I don't know. I always think back to that shit that Shane Gillis brought up of like the beautiful dog speech where he's just yapping for 45 minutes about fucking how they caught al-Baghdadi. And it's just like, man, I want to see him go on a rant about crypto once he has some token knowledge under his belt.
Yeah,
that'd be
for
great.
sure.
You know, like he's going to say some shit and you're going to be like, what in the fuck? Like,
yeah, I like my personal view on the markets right now is that like
2 seconds, boys.
all good.
OG,
Like
baby.
it's basically like I think the Fed meeting like prior to Christmas like scared a lot of hoes. And then like some of the data that like we got coming out afterwards like also scared a lot of hoes. And I don't know if you remember this time last year, but didn't the same damn thing happen?
Yep.
And everyone was freaking out.
This is why I'm turbo bullish, like Sol as like, and just kind of like some. This is why I just like I'm probably wrong, and I'm probably going to get washed like being this just like bullish heading into it. But I do just think that like the hoes have been scared, and I think that it's going to be a-okay, and we're going to go like post inauguration. Like, and I know everyone's like, oh, the inauguration's like a nothing burger, like nothing actually happens there, and I'm like, yeah, but like
I don't know if you remember like it was like Christmas. It was like end of December to like end of Jan, but like Solana went from like $120 down to $80, right?
Yep.
And everyone was like, "Oh my God, Solana's over! Like this is like I can't believe you didn't sell like when we were getting that close to all-time high." And like everyone was freaking out. I remember like we were on the Poad, we were all coping, like. And then I was doing like my full moon posts and all of that. And then like I started going on a heater with like my full moon post for the next few months. And tomorrow, I mean, well, technically in the US, it's the next day. So the next 48 hours, it's another full moon, bros. So we will be okay. We will be okay.
Yeah, really. Gonna be a-okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time to go. Like I'm probably get like it's the trade that I get like either make it or go carried out on a stretch run, but I think like now is the time to be like I know Sol chart looks like it's going to fall off a fucking cliff, but like I think now's the time to be like turbo long Sol. Will I lowered my voice as I said that because I'm so scared to say it out loud, but I think that's the play for me anyway. Don't follow me in, but like that's.
I think there's like definitely a play to be had on Sol. I said this to Swiss when he interviewed me the other night, but I said like I can't see there being a cycle and it be topped and Ethereum never breaking all-time high. Like as much as I hate on Ethereum, I just can't see that Ethereum never breaks all-time high. Despite everything else, like at least Solana touched it, right? Like it licked it on the nipple a little bit. But it
gave it a little sniff.
Yeah, and like XRP's broke all-time high. BTC's like well above all-time high. Like I just can't see there being a cycle where at least the fucking second biggest coin of this whole entire space doesn't break all-time high. Like it just doesn't make sense to me.
Dude, legit.
But like, there could be like the Max Payne scenario too, right? But I just don't see it like that.
Like nothing has to happen, but I just really think that like it just comes back to the confluence of like there's a very Paul Atkins is going to sit down. Like he's literally I've forgotten the name of his fucking foundation or like advisory group, but he essentially runs like a fucking pro crypto, like a crypto advisory group, and he's going to be the chair of the SEC. I just think there's going to be so much stuff that's going to come through for regulation side. like Hester Pierce had her token safe harbor proposal that's been kind of like nixed a few times under Gensler, but it essentially just gives devs like amnesty so that they don't have to register crypto as financial products for like a year or two while they're building the protocol. So they won't get any like SEC like essentially hassling for trying to build shit. And so I just think you're going to have a new wave of shit that comes through, and I think that's probably a good case for ETH. I don't know why that hasn't been like more priced in, because I'm like I'm not.
I think the attention's just been distracted, bro. Like, I feel like it's the same participants that have been around this like entire time, and I feel like this like split into two groups right now. The one group being like the meme coin Solana guys that are like still holding on to the hopium that like this shit will come back, and then there's the AI people that were like less like they're more thesis agnostic, so where like they just like go to where the money's at, and like you just got this like split between two camps of like the same group of people. And I feel like a lot of those people were probably ETH holders at some point in time, where like they wanted to buy something with utility and couldn't like find themselves wanting to buy anything like memes because it felt too retarded for them, where like AI gave them a chance to like bid on something with like some sort of like tech and like utility. And so like you've got this like sideline capital that was there for a while stuck in ETH that are now like unlocked themselves and like buying into AI coins. And then you've got this like capital that was like previously making a lot of money in memes that is now feeling down bad about themselves because you know they didn't realize their unrealized P&L, but it's still the same group of people. And whilst we've probably onboarded maybe some new people, it's not a huge wealth effect generating thing that like everyone was expecting. And the dispersion of the coins and the dilution of the amount of coins is like much greater than like any previous cycle, such that like if you have like this hot ball of money in the past, it was easier for that hot ball of money to pile into one thing, whereas like now the simplicity and the ease of making a coin, or the friction is probably the better term, of making a coin has like been like removed, and so we get this dilution that occurs so quickly now. So like that money is like dispersed across a much spread out group of coins, whereas in the past it was easier to make a few coins pump hard. And that's why when like a new narrative starts, such as AI, at the beginning those first few pump really hard because you've got a big group of people piling into one thing, but then it dilutes itself over time, and like it's a lot of money, so the overall sector's grown, but the coin that you're in is probably not grown that much.
Yeah. And I think like, I don't know if we, like, back in the day, meme coins, you had 2, 3 meme coins. And it was like, that's it. It's like Doge, fucking Floki, Shib. It was like pump, that's it. Pump them all.
Yeah.
But now it's like you have 10 trillion meme coins. Like you have an unlimited supply.
Yeah.
Same goes for like literally any kind of meta that pops off. Like any fucking moron can be like, I'm whipping together an AI framework and here's the token. And just like FOMO bid it to 50 mil, and then everyone goes, wait, what is this? And it's like, oh yeah, it's literally nothing. Delete. So yeah,
Vitalik
like I don't know.
Buterin says they're all Bob laxative. Jesus fucking Christ, it's so true,
dude. I don't like. I follow so many Bob Lax alts. Like I just fucking love that. I see. I don't know how they pop up. They all have like a few K followers, and they've all got shitloads of tweets. I'm like, how many phones does this guy rock, man? Like it's.
I sometimes have dreams that I'm Bob laxative.
Stink,
we go back
that.
to Donald Trump impressions.
No Swiss, that's over. Anyway,
I've been seeing a few tweets on my timeline of Stacks ecosystem stuff recently. Swiss.
Well, if you're seeing it, it's the top. So I've got no comment. I think it's going to 0 now.
No, there seems to be like, I don't know. I've just noticed like a few things like pop up more and more. And it's like, I don't know if there was like some controversy on some stuff, but It
Uh,
just seems to be popping up a little bit more. Is there anything that's like worth paying attention to here at the moment?
yeah, Stacks is gonna flip Soul, I reckon.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
yes, I'm okay
Bookmark
with
it,
that.
clip it. Nah, there is probably a lot of opportunity with a lot of the protocols that are yet to drop tokens over there. Like I do see it as a pretty good asymmetric bet considering there's not many users over there, and a lot of people aren't actually banking on this space being anything. Like if you've done the rounds and listened to a lot of these podcasts that are sort of placing their bets in 2025, like none of them are ever mentioning like the BTC eco. Um, that is a pretty broad statement, in my opinion, just to say BTC eco. But yeah, we have to wait and see. But yeah, man. Yeah, what was the question? I
I
forgot.
was just like, is there like anything particularly like new or interesting that's like coming out there? 'Cause I actually think like to your point, like this, I think the friction is good, and I think that the lack of attention on it's good. And the thing that like is making me start to think maybe I should look more into it is like this cycle has really been a Bitcoin cycle. um like it's the one like token that's like proceeded to you rally past all-time highs compared to every other token. So like
Mm.
ultimately I see it as like a Bitcoin cycle. And it's not like a new original thought, like it's definitely people that are saying that too, but it's like, okay,
Yeah.
if it's a Bitcoin cycle, and everyone's like got their attention here and like the stuff that's like easy is all of this shit on Solana and that, like what's the thing that has layers of friction, that like potentially becomes easier in time, that actually has a value proposition, considering like how
Yeah.
much value is like locked in Bitcoin at the moment.
Yeah. I'd say like I do really believe that Liquidium on Bitcoin layer one is probably a good bet. Because a lot of the runes and ordinals are used through that protocol. Like sometimes they do more volume than Magic Eden on certain collections, which I think is kind of like insane. And they like if MetaMask brings out a Bitcoin suite of tools, I don't know if they're going to bring stacks over. I do kind of think that Xverse is probably the wallet to use, which Xverse was actually a stacks wallet, and then it pivoted to like Bitcoin layer one support. Um, and I think Liquidium is going to have more users being able to tap into like the product offering of lending and borrowing Bitcoin through runes and ordinals over there. Like if you look at their like volume chart of what they do in accumulative loans and stuff, it's just literally since inception, like a right angle triangle up and to the right. So as long like, and that's just capturing the current users there. That's not like trying to capture any of the hype or anything like that. It's just users that want to get some liquidity from their liquid JPEGs that are using the platform. So I think that they're in a pretty decent position to capture more users if there is an integration of MetaMask and some Bitcoin product suites there. But like, yeah. What was the question again?
New and interesting.
I'm
No,
like
no,
so tired.
no. No. I think that was good. Like, I actually think to your point with the wallets, I think like my theory on a lot of like what makes the chain good is how good the wallet support is.
Yeah,
Like I think the one of the biggest reasons for the accessibility of Solana is Phantom Wallet. And
yeah,
Phantom does support BTC natively as well, but I don't think it supports the L2s or anything like that. But I think like a good wallet support, outside of like the Bitcoin wallets that I've used are like fine, but it's like you don't want to have to use this other random wallet. Like if you can use the wallet that you feel comfortable with already, and I
yeah.
think that would be a huge unlock for a lot of that stuff. So if you can like front run that, I think it's a good play.
Yeah. I also think Liquidium is just a good way to get exposure to the ecosystem because it is the like token that has the app that has a lot of the users from runes and ordinals. So yeah, I see it as like one I'm okay holding through here. Like it's so liquid that like you can't really see it sell or buy. It's like holding an
Nice.
NFT.
Nice.
So I don't mind holding it. We'll see where it goes.
Like a
But
picks and shovels play, I guess.
yeah,
Is
well, I
that
can't be bothered trying to figure out what meme on Bitcoin I could hold, whereas I could just own like a part of the protocol that captures a lot of the volume. So I'm happy with that sort of play. But again, like I like it because like you guys didn't really know how to use runes or Bitcoin through like the X First wallet. And so I'm happy to be patient and
Yeah.
try and position myself for any sort of upside that comes here, if there is any, and play it that way. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I like looking at. I like looking at ecosystems because I think the farming opportunities are like really huge at the moment. I think there's going to be plenty of farming opportunities with hype. I think there's going to be plenty of farming opportunities with places like Eclipse. Stacks
Yep.
has got a boatload of farming opportunities. I still think that um, there are lots of opportunities on base, maybe a lot of those sort of apps in that sphere are probably a good opportunity. There's still so much to go out and kind of explore that even if the markets are down, like you can still have edge by just, continuously looking into a lot of these things.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I think like given the conditions, like this is the best time to be looking at that sort of stuff. And I think
Yeah.
like trying to make fetch happen by doing what's worked in over the last 12 months is probably maybe not the best play, because you see how quickly a lot of the space changes like in a short space of time. And
Yeah.
I think that in itself just lends itself to sort of show that like, okay, you got to look for something that's going to be interesting before people find it interesting,
Yeah.
and not just like buying top blasting the thing that like you've seen on the timeline today.
Yeah. And like a point that I kind of thought of after we had our one-on-one chat the other day was most people kind of onboarded to Bitcoin in 2020 and 2021 because that was something tangible that made sense to them. The idea of buying an altcoin at that period of time was like unheard of until things started to go up that got people's attention and therefore invited people in to like buy the altcoins to try and get that sort of like momentum to the upside. Now everyone's like kind of positioned in altcoins ready for the alt season that is supposed to happen in this quarter, and it really
Mm.
doesn't surprise me that like shit's going down because like we've all of a sudden thought, oh yeah, you know, instead of missing out on all the best altcoin pumps like Solana and stuff last cycle, I'll just buy all the altcoins now and expect it to be different. And I think that mentality has like reverberated quite a fair bit as well. Like just with the BTC ecosystem alone, the amount of money that's been like thrown around at like, to be fair, some of the shittiest projects that have decided to try and like build in that space. Like there's so much money still circulating that people are like willing to throw at stuff, which kind of makes me think that the bubble can continue to go higher. But it doesn't surprise me that like it's getting a little bit harder to find edge in this market with how competitive it is, which is probably the sign of like a bit of froth in my opinion. But yeah, wanted to add that as well.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Cool. Should
Oh
we
man,
leave it there because it is getting late for you guys?
yeah. I think it's a good place to wrap up. I just bought so much more AI crow strategy. Yeah. Well, this is going to be like really good or really bad.
How many tokens
Oh,
do you have now?
Nearly 4 mil.
Jesus, man.
I'm just
What's it at?
yeah. Dude, it's fucking tanked. It's at 2.5 mil.
So I'm in a chat with XJZ and he's just sent through like, where do you put the laundry powder? And he's taken a picture of his washing machine.
Dude, I think you literally just flipped the 30-minute candle green because it was negative 20% when I checked it last, and now it's 14% down. So I think you're a bit of a market maker right there, Tommy.
Oh, mate, that's me. Call me. I was trying to think of a really witty quip for winter mute, but call me winter loud. That's it. All right, that's probably enough from me. Yeah.
All right, well, up only, boys. We're going to make it. Full moon 2 days.
That doesn't give me confidence at all.
Full moon is good. Full moon is good.
Fuck yeah. I'm about it.
The wolf moon, if you go back to last year, wolf moon, it was great. It was after
What's
weeks
wolf
of...
moon?
The wolf
Do we get
moon
to howl at it? Like, ow?
Yeah, it's when Osaka comes back.
Fuck yeah.
If
about it.
If you go back, it was the exact same conditions. So I'm praying that we revisit that.
Fuck yeah.
Also, if anyone's building a layer 3 on stacks, let me know.
I'll write a check.
If DMT pivots to stacks to do a layer 3, I think that will be a great little...
Get me in the seed round.
Yeah. Get Brotato cap in the seed round. We'll write a check for $400.
That's all we've got left.
Yeah.
Seed
round, handing out checks for $300. Anyone interested? How much equity can I get for 300,000?
Do you know what's worse? Is I keep seeing this Rick Rubin image on my timeline pop up as well, and it just makes me feel like so like retarded for being here, because it's like he doesn't know how to do anything apart from just like follow vibes or whatever. I don't even know what Rick Rubin does, man.
It's bad, but like he's like, I have no technical ability whatsoever. Like, I literally heard him say that, and I was like, wow, that's just me. With
it's all of us, bro.
Like, oh,
yeah.
Like, yeah. And it's like, well, what do they pay you for? It's like the ability and confidence to know what is good. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, bro. Down with the bug men, up with the vibes boys. That's what I think.
Up with the vibes boys. Yeah.
I might just bully AI XBT on the timelines.
That'll be good.
Yeah, get him.
Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Our YouTube
smash that subscribe button.
Is getting better, and we will be.
The market's down.
Maybe we'll get some more interesting guests on in the future.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to us fucking yap the whole time.
No, we don't. We do not work for people. We are poor plebs.
No, tell him we do. Tell him Tell him our lives are at stake if he does not subscribe.
Yeah.
If you do, Bankless is going to cut me off if we don't upload this pod in like the next week. So David Hoffman DM'd me and said it's over if we don't get this up. So help us out, guys. Come on. Ryan Sean Adams is going to kick my head in if we don't get like at least 500 views. Otherwise, we don't get our seed allo for the next AI DAO. So come on, guys.
Feel free to DM all of your plays to Brotato on Twitter.
Yes. Yeah,
Lord knows we need them.
Please, anything that goes up.
Please.
Please.
All right. That's the bottom signal that we need.
Yep. We're begging for shills. We're not shilling. We're like, please, someone give us a fucking token. Anyone, please. CA. All right. Fuck yeah, gents. That was good.
Have a good one, gents. Good to see.
All right.